Welcome to Frame Dropped! Whether you belong to the group of people who love them and gain more fun out of their games, or to the other group who just ignores them and doesn't really care, you simply have to acknowledge that achievements and trophies have become an integral part of modern gaming. Today we will take a look at achievement systems throughout gaming history and ask the question, who did it first? Achievements and trophies are game-specific challenges that often require you to do things in games that you wouldn't normally do, with the intention to keep the game interesting for a longer period of time. They serve a similar reason as collectibles, for example, which are often planted on the game map in order to encourage discovery and to let the player appreciate the time and effort that game developers put into their games, except for the basic main objectives. Although these achievement scores don't really serve any other purpose except from comparing it to friends and other players, such as simple high scores, the business impact shouldn't be underestimated. Many gamers consider the quality or quantity of an achievement or trophy list before buying a game. The time and money spent in a game can also increase significantly for so-called trophy hunters. And because modern scores are linked to your online account, it carries over even if you switch to a newer console generation, as long as you stick to the company, that is. So it also strengthens the loyalty to the infrastructure. This trend has also brought some games that exploit the completionist nature of trophy hunters and which simply exist to earn easy trophies. But that's a topic for a whole other video, so let's talk about history. The first multi-game platform-wide achievement system is widely considered to be the Gamerscore system, which launched in 2005 for Microsoft's Xbox 360. All full-length Xbox games initially need to have a total of 1000 Gamerscore points, while smaller live arcade titles need to ship with a minimum of 200 points. Both types of games are also able to add points with new DLC. This Gamerscore is then summarized on one user's profile, which can also be carried over into the next generation of Microsoft consoles. In 2007, Valve released the second platform-based achievement system for Steam, with the first game to support it being the Orange Box. In contrast to the other popular systems, Steam doesn't have very specific rules on if and how a developer should implement achievements into their games. They even just recently limited the maximum number of possible achievements per game to 100. Zen vs Zombie, a game released before that limit, even has 10,000 achievements. Yes, really. The third large company to implement an achievement system was Sony with the trophies in 2008, which was 2 years after the console's launch. So not all PS3 games have trophies, but some that were released before have been patched. Sony's trophy system is a little different in that it doesn't use points but rather 3 different types of trophies: bronze, silver and gold, depending on the difficulty. Full-length titles also have a platinum trophy, which can only be unlocked by earning all other trophies for that title. Since then, Apple, Android and even Amazon have implemented achievements to their respective mobile platforms. Okay, so the Xbox 360 was the first console to have a platform-wide achievement system. But what about achievement systems in single games? Way earlier than 2005, some developers already implemented achievements or trophy-like systems into their games. One example is Insomniac's Ratchet & Clank, released 2002 for the PlayStation 2. The Ratchet & Clank series actually influenced more than you think, but we will talk about that in other videos to come. Insomniac implemented so-called skill points into their games, which are required to explore the game world and do things that you wouldn't normally do in order to unlock new stuff in the game. Some skill points are planet-specific, such as shoot out all the streetlights in a specific level, and some are more general, such as collect and modify every weapon in the game. The fact that some of them are also hidden reminds very much of our modern trophy system. But even 15 years before that, a game called E-Motion on the Amiga had so-called secret bonuses, which required you to do some extra tasks, such as completing a whole level without ever rotating to the right. But can we even travel back in time a little more? Well, the very first implementation of an achievement-like system that I was able to find dates back to 1982 and to the company Activision. It only lasted a year, but spanned through a couple of different games. It worked like this. Activision printed the instructions into the game's manuals, which usually asked the player to achieve a certain high score. The player then had to take a picture of the score and send it in via mail. They then received an actual physical Iron On badge from Activision. If that isn't retro, I don't know what is. What about you? Do you find achievements important? Do you know other cases like Ratchet & Clank where trophy-like systems were implemented into the games? Tell us in the comments below. Also leave a like and subscribe if you want. See you next time!